So good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for the moment here. As Office of International Affairs at UFLA, we are proud to launch this workshop to receive the colleagues from and have the presentations of the colleagues of the animal science and veterinary. Thank you, Professor Márcio and Nadia, for setting this up, all the presentations. And we are going to broadcast live in YouTube, so the Office of International Affairs YouTube channel. So it will be registered, so you can share with colleagues afterwards also all the presentations. Because our goal as university is to make the connections go through. So and we invited Professor Adriano Bruzzi, our Dean of Graduate Programs, because our major focus on internationalization is really to connect with the graduate programs, the excellence in levels like the animal science that we have here, it's the veterinary, and all the ones that are also at the agriculture college. Right? So we are going to have the presentation in the morning for animal science and veterinary. We go for a tour, a short tour that classes will organize all the infrastructure here. Morning also. In the afternoon we have presentations of the agriculture college. We go for a meeting at the invitation, you can say, our office of the American Embassy. And, tomorrow we are going to have the visits to the infrastructure, the microscopy lab at the Agriculture University College. And then afterwards we go to our farm to visit the dairy farm and also the production system that Professor Bruzzi proposed us. And for the dairy visit, Professor Michael is going to guide us. Okay, Professor Bruzzi, thank you very much for your moment. Feel free to present.
Thank you. Thank you, Flavio. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. The idea with my speech is just to try to provide a summarize about UFLA, especially in the graduate programs. During this whole day and tomorrow, we have much more time to stay here and to visit the facilities, and obviously to say the possibility that we have to work together. Okay. My background is in plant breeding and genetics, so I'm from the agronomy department, the crop science department, and since last year I work as a dean of the graduate program. I'm trying to keep in balance all the activities, advising students, keeping the research ongoing, and obviously we'll be dealing with the administration. So a little bit about our history. So we are a centenary university. The fundamental stamp was launched in 1908. At this time, when we started here in Agras, the main focus was to teach as a technician course. 30 years later, we move on from a technician for a grad courses. So we established ESAL, Economy ESAL, Superior Agriculture of the School of Lagos. Another point that I'd like to destack here or to emphasize, it's a data when we start with the graduate programs. At this year, we will celebrate here in UFLA a half century of the graduate programs. It's a very happy with this data. And the first program that was released was agronomy crop science. I'm proud of that because I'm part of this team at this time. And the second program that was released was a master's in rural management. Another data that I'd like to destack here is when we move on from a high school for a university. So in 1994, ESAL came to be UFLA with a huge scenario. In 2007 and 2013, we have two very important data here. The first one was the REUNI. This project was launched by the federal government here in Brazil. it was an induction or a lot of money to induction, expansion of universities. And because of that, with this project, we can increase a lot of the number of the students and obviously the courses that have been offered here in UFLA. In 2013, we established here organic expansion, using the efforts or the ability that the deans here have. It was possible to get more money and to invest more and to expand more our university. So because of that, we can say that UFLA, it's an institution in expansion. I will try to show some pictures just to emphasize what I had mentioned. In 2022, we released our new campus in São Sebastião do Paraíso. So today we have two campuses. The major one is here in UFLA, and the second one located in São Sebastião do Paraíso, called Paraíso Campus. The main idea at Paraíso Campus is to keep the focus in innovation, science, and technology. Here a picture just to show the launching of the fundamental stone in 1908. I don't know if you have the possibility to visit the historical campus. So we have a square there now. Another picture just to show the first two buildings that was built in the beginning of our institution. This one is called Museu de Moreira. So here we have here a museum, and in this other one we have today a foundation. It's a foundation that can provide the support for the partnerships, the project management that we have here in the university. In 1964, here the total area with the campus that we have here is more than 600 hectares. But taking in our mind the number of the students that we have at this time, only 108 students, a huge area with no infrastructure, no buildings, and a few amount of students. Another picture just to show in 2018 how huge we are now. So here we have the city of Lavras behind the university, and here we have the total campus with a lot of new buildings, new infrastructure. And the most picture that we have in 2024, this is a facility that we have a convention, how can I say, convenience or convention hall.
No, it's a student center.
Student center. So probably you have the possibility to visit there. There we have a bookstore or some gift that we can buy from UFLA. Try to establish here the same model that you have in the United States. This is the main idea. Some data just to highlight how huge we are now. The faculty members, we have more than 800 faculty members. The technical employees, more than 500. We have the third partners, employees, with support for the maintenance, for cleaning, and all the infrastructure support here in the university. If you take both the undergrad and the graduate students, we have almost 13 students, and the daily campus population is more than 50,000 people every day walking around the campus. Some facilities, by this day and obviously tomorrow, we have the possibility to visit on locus or inside, but I will take here some pictures just to emphasize about the major facility that we have. As I mentioned before, we have two campuses. The major one is here, located in Lavras, with more than 600 hectares. So all the facilities, the dean office, the infrastructure, the administration are located here. And the second one is located in São Sebastião do Paraíso, with the main idea to develop science, technology, and innovation. Also, we have, regarding the academic facilities, for faculties, the faculties that we are now today is animal science. We have another one with health science, another one education, language, and human science, and the last one applied social science. We have two schools. One is from engineer and another from agronomy science. By this afternoon and tomorrow, we have the possibility to visit inside this school. And three institutes, the natural science, technological science, and the science, technology, and innovation. This last one is located in Paraíso campus. The main focus there is innovation and technology. And we have also one central library. We have three experimental farms. One is located here in Lavras. The second one in Jaci. Tomorrow morning we have the possibility to visit inside this farm. And the third one, it's a new one that we received for the government. It's located in Santo Antônio do Amparo. The main focus there is for crop production and tree production. A lot of greenhouse and more than 300 laboratories, multi-uses laboratories. We have also a technological part. Professor Marcio was in charge with this project until last year. The idea with the technological part is a way to set more third partnerships, especially with the private companies, similar that you are doing in the United States. Here in Brazil, we're trying to do more this kind of partnerships. It's very important to us to be more close with the private companies. So with this kind of structure, we can stay here, employees, or we can try to develop new projects together. So it's very good to both scenarios for the university, obviously for the company. And regarding the graduate programs, just to highlight a little bit what we are doing here at the main areas. So the degree was in 1975. As I said, here we celebrate a half century of the graduate programs here in Europe. We have today more than 60 courses, 25 PhD, 35 masters, and 8 professional masters. Professional masters is a little bit different. I don't know if you have in the university, but it's a way to be more close to the private company, especially working together. Here in animal science, we have one course, one program, animal production, that is focused with the professional master. From 1975 until last year, December of 2024, we defended, we conclude more than 8,000 students in masters. It's a huge number for us. And more than 4,000 students as a PhD courses, and more than 600 students as a professional master. Here it's a picture just to show to you our evolution. If you take here the data, it's more than 10 years. So the number of the students are increasing. It's not so common because the scenario here in Brazil it's very due to get the students and try to keep the students here in the graduate programs because the market is so hot. So a lot of students they are concluding the undergrad. They have a lot of spots, open spots, so they are applying for the market. Well, but we're trying to work to keep at least the same number. So we have more than 2,000 students dedicated only for the grad programs. Here the number of the students per academic unit. Here's for this major one is from the agronomy school. There we have 11 graduate programs, so because of that we have more students at this academic unit. And here's for the animal science, almost 200 students for the animal science school. And regarding the students, we have a lot of students that are came from another country. The great majority is from Mozambique. We have a very good partnership with the countries located at Africa. But we have also here from Colombia, from Pakistan, they are increasing the number here also. And also from the United States. If you take all the students that are today in the grad programs, more than 10% of the students are foreign, if you compare with the total amount that you have. Here is the PhD programs. So today, with a great majority emphasize the animal science, and at this afternoon, in crop science, we have the possibility to see how the programs are going and the possibility that we can work together. For the masters, the new one is physical application and chemical and material engineering. And for the professional masters, we have 8 programs And last year, it was launched the new one. It's the first PDD professional here in Europe. I'm very proud of that because in the education, we can establish this market. So what are we looking for? Not only for the grad or for the animal science or for the crop science program. We're trying to establish collaboration for these professors, to exchange and to receive professors here. We're looking for joint publications. It's very good to us. Just to show the data, more than 30% of the publications that we are releasing next year, we have international collaboration. But we need to increase this number. So we are looking for joint publication. The student exchange, especially for the PhD program, as a sandwich, research collaboration, and obviously with the online connection, we can try to do courses, lectures, and seminars using the online platforms or the structure that we have. So thank you very much for your attention. I try to be so fast because my time is a few minutes. I don't know if I achieve my time slot. I'm on time. Yeah. So here my email, the email from the dean office, and I'm available for questions or anything else if you have. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Luzi. On the agenda. Thank you very much for hosting us. Just an advice for them, all the presenters, stay within the range of the chairs, because then okay? Thank you.
That's fine. Good morning. Sorry for my English. I don't speak so well, but I will try. Welcome to FZB. We are Faculty of Animal Science and Veterinary Medicine. I am a director and Professor Vanessa is my niece. We have two courses of graduation, animal science. There are almost 15 years, and veterinary medicine, we have 31 years. We have 4 post-graduation. First, Professor Cruz say about it's a master profession. We have veterinary science with strict sense, master and doctor. Animal science, master and doctor. We have 7 veterinary residence programs. It's what sense. We have a hospital. I don't know if a visit hospital.
You're planning to visit the hospital? No, it's a short time, so.
Okay.
Actually,
Just look. Yeah, please. We are organization in a board of director. SE is our secretary, it's veterinary and zootech, animal science. CGE is strategy management. And 2 departments, Department of Veterinary Medicine and Department of Animal Science. We have 4 laboratory tools, veterinary hospital, and you visit farm hospital is all that farm. Here, I don't know how I say. How I say. Our foco is teaching, research, and installation. We have very many projects, all orange. This is just a little photo we have in the outside. First is animal science department. Here is veterinary. This is our veterinary hospital. It is great. I hope we have good work. We have very parcerias with many universities in our faculty. We have the programs in extension, research programs, and I hope we will have a good job with good works. This is all kind of activity and made of directors. First, I think I have a little time. I don't like speaking English, sorry for that. And I'm finished here. And I'm sorry, but I hope stay all in the morning because I have.
Thank you. So, on the agenda, we go for our international guest.
All right.
Dr. Shane. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. Okay. Well, good morning.
Come here, please.
I have just exhausted my Portuguese vocabulary.
Come here, please.
That's closer. So why don't we start with the video?
Okay, the video.
Yeah. So this morning, Professor Keo, Professor Kira, and I, we're very delighted to be here. And so thank you very much for all the hospitality, first and foremost. This place is a special to us, obviously to Bruno, who graduated here, a proud alum of this great university, and move on. And so this morning somebody mentioned he's a good guy. Yes, I agree. And that's why we hired him at University of Tennessee. And it's been great. So we're just so proud of him. And Dr. Gill served as the Endowed Chair and Director for the Smith Center for International Systems of Agriculture. So we're extremely pleased. It is for me as well, in that I was here 23 years ago, 2002, I was on this campus. The reason was that Professor Tadayuki Yanaji did a sandwich program through Vistosa with Professor Tinoco. Yoda Tinoco was there and spent a year at Iowa State University with me. So I'm an agriculture engineer specialized in livestock production. So I have a joint appointment in ag engineering and animal science today. So I spent 25 years at Iowa State University, and I received my degrees in Nebraska, and I did a postdoc at the University of Arkansas. I did water research. So I have passion for poultry, right? And of course, swine as well. This morning I think what I'm going to do is, so I've been in Tennessee for almost 6 years as the dean of research. Let's do a video. I thought I was going to do an overview. So you enjoyed the presentation very much. I thought I'd give you an overview of the Institute of Agriculture, and then I'll touch on a few specific areas, particularly about animal science. Should we start with you, please?
Yes, just a sec. Okay.
Water and sunlight with the right plant in the right place. The sky is our focus.
Is that the largest volume then? People hear me?
Máximo baixo.
Maximum.
É the max.
That is not.
We're a university on the rise, and everywhere you look in Tennessee, you'll find us. From the smallest home run to the largest animal operations, the Institute helps all the best hands across our state in all 95 counties and building quarters. Teams that generate education, outreach, and connection, and UTI research elevates innovation and discovery. The Harvard College of Agriculture nurtures the growth skills to develop the diets, while the college regulations push agriculture by special That is the economic vision of the Rio Grande mission of providing life solutions and water summary. One community at a time. We are the University of Tennessee Institute of Agriculture.
I'll leave that with you so you can share.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Apologize for the audio is not so great, but let's switch. And yeah, please. Okay. Very good. So that's kind of overview of our institute. But I'm going to go to the slides and okay, oops. Yes. Is it at home? Okay.
It's showing the
I want to start by just talking about, I'll be having to leave a couple of slides, and I'm not going to leave a whole set of slides with the Flavio. This section of pretty much on the emphasize some things, but they give you an overview of agriculture in Tennessee. So agriculture forestry is the #1 industry in the state of Tennessee. And the economic impact is about $103 billion annually. So we have total about just a little shy of 30,000 farms. So we're kind of like small farms, okay? So about 11 medium acres, about 5 medium acres. Okay? And then that's for 11% of the state economy. Okay? And then the higher about 385,000 employees. So it's not surprising that you see the state of Tennessee, the state CEO, agriculture is in the middle. Okay, agriculture commerce. That's the reason. So agriculture, you haven't heard that, you know, Elvis Presley and Dolly Parton, Music City is great, and Jack Daniels, right? But agriculture is definitely is #1. You can see from soybean production, poultry production, to cattle and to forestry. So it's probably the most biodiverse state in the United States. So here's our state map. So our model is the state is our campus. You can see why. Tennessee has 95 counties, state. So we have extension. So Professor Anna Paul talked about extension research and teaching. So that's basically land grant mission. So for Tennessee, we have each county office is an extension service. So this is county-based extension. And then we have agri-research throughout the state, 10 agri-research education centers. And these centers will take care of crop production, animal production, forestry, and turf grass, which actually also, so especially crops. Then we have colleges, which is located in Knoxville, Tennessee. Research colleges, we have Herbert College of Agriculture, primarily specialized in teaching, but also College of Veterinary Medicine. Of course, the UTK is the main campus there. So we have campus there in Knoxville. And we have about 35,000 students for Knoxville campus, total about 52,000. Need to come closer. Okay. Is that better? All right. Okay. All right. I get a real face, you know. But and also we have 3 state botanical gardens throughout the state. So, and the other thing too, we have 4 4-H centers throughout the state. You probably know in the United States that you start with about 8 youths that go through 4-H training program. So that's also a pipeline for the students, college students, but also really start instilling the agriculture at a very young age. So some of the challenges we face, I think it's not just unique to Tennessee, I think worldwide, but Tennessee, right now, the #1 challenge is loss of farmland. Tennessee is a good place, people find out, so people from New York and California, other states, look to Tennessee need housing. So as a result, we start losing farmland. The other thing is the solar energy, also also competing with the farmland. So that's the number one challenge for us. And then the short labor, skilled labor, in particular for agriculture. And so we need to improve productivity of feeding, 9.7 people by 2050. So how do we feed? So because the food need to increase to 70-75%. Consumer perception about animal welfare, food safety, all those are very important. Innovation, AI driven. Okay, all of these convert into really talking food, fiber, and energy security. So I think that's the workshop for us, right? How to do with that in a sustainable manner. Okay, so as a result, we have, this is not just everything we do, but primarily some of the areas where I'm investments. So one being the One Health. So what is the One Health? It's the integration of human, animal, environment, and plants. So one thing that is unhealthy could have impact on the others. So they intertwine. So One Health approach, digital agriculture, smart agriculture, that's the thing. So how do we reduce the influence and maximize output? That's another thing. Genomics, synthetic biology, we're doing a lot of from crops to animals, genomics, for example, bioeconomy, circular bioeconomy, other things that are working. And also other areas, I'll show you, so turf grass, for example, soccer. So these the top areas that we're looking at, but I want to talk a little bit more about the research centers that I mentioned with camps throughout states, right? So 3 years ago, actually 2 years ago, we were fortunate to receive $50 million from the federal government that flows through Tennessee, this ARP, American Rescue Plan, from COVID, and then we modernized that $50 million to modernize the centers. So modernized research equipment, you can see just the example. Equipment. You cannot do 21st century research with 1950 equipment. This doesn't work, right? It's doing the same thing. They need to learn new technology. So this is a snapshot of some of the things that it's already making a transformation impact. So here's a particular for animal science, folks. So here you can see we're investing a lot into the precision livestock farming. So from cattle to poultry. So to the left, you can see the cattle, we're monitoring the drinking, the body weight, the feeding behavior, drinking behavior, and also respiration, for example, using computer vision, looking at respiration rate to detect whether they're healthy or not. And then the one in the middle actually allows to measure the greenhouse gas and enteric methane emissions on as well. So these are portable units you can put on the pasture and monitor individual animal. Right, the essence of precision animal production is so not only just look at the group average, but individual, right? So if one animal is successful, you need to be able to identify. To the right, we're in the process of building commercial size broiler research facilities at one of the research centers. These are about 70 meter wide and 180 meter long, and 4 of them. So once we have this, it's going to be transformation. Nobody in the United States actually has that kind of facility. So we're going to be the first one really look at what we call the next generation broiler facility, and we'll be able to do research and it's applicable to the producers, as well as the student administration learning. So you talk to companies, talk to public-private partnerships. It's very important that we train the students to run. So that's the guiding principle. And now dairy. So we also 2 years ago we put in robotic milkers. These are Lilly A5 robotic milkers. 2 of them, each with one accommodate 60 cows. So in that we have half of the barn is a robotic milker, and the other half is conventional. So we can compare, right, apples to apples. So under the same environment, what is the performance of the cattle under the robotic milker versus our AMS automatic milking system versus the traditional? So we are collecting that data. The reason we did that is when we surveyed the producers, 62% of the producers are coming back and say, if we invest in one technology, what would that be? Robotic milkers. That's the reason we do that. A lot of questions need to be answered. Labor costs of savings and productivity and so on and so forth, animal welfare. So we're doing that. The other thing too, in the process of building this is the meat lab called the Center for Protein Nutrition. So we're not necessarily doing culture or plant-based, but really it's more animal-based. So these are 15,000 square feet over, I guess, 1,500 square meters of facility where we can do multi-species and meat quality, meat safety research, as well as training our extension folks and research how to handle the process performance. Okay. Now, just a couple of examples, just in the project we have ongoing. What we do is a very much multi-disciplinary approach we call convergent research. Just for example, this particular project is Climate Smart Partnership Research led by Professor Kaiser, and this is $30 million USDA funding that we do. So we involve 26 partners, a lot of industry producers, a lot of money actually goes to producers. We're looking at some practices the producers can use on the farm, reduce for carbon sequestration. Okay, how do you manage the pasture cattle production? So we're looking at that research. It's one of the 7 universities in the United States actually receiving funding. Very proud of that. Now, I have to talk about soccer since I'm in Brazil, right? So FIFA, right? Everybody knows FIFA, right? FIFA Cups, World Cup 2026 is going to be awesome. 16 voting venues. So University of Tennessee, our turf grass group is designated to develop the pitch, the play field for all these 16 venues. Okay, so that's a big deal for us. So we have a world-class researchers at the University of Tennessee, and this is done at research centers just south of campus. So these gentlemen and the team. So we collaborate with Michigan State University. So we're the lead for the collaborative. So with us. So we're developing, whether it's in Mexico, US, LA, Philadelphia, Atlanta, or in Vancouver, Canada, Toronto, all the playing field got to be safe. So how do you have the climate? Our team is so we're proud of that. So we're going from local to global. The other thing too, well, I had to talk to Jack Daniels coming from Tennessee. So we also have public-private partnerships with the for 25 years. Last year we celebrated, so the 25 years church is aging. We've got partnerships with Tennessee. Through the trees, white oak is very important for you to use Jack Daniels. So that's another example of that. We do have field days each year. So when you do the research, and people will ask us, so what are we going to do with this information? Kind of put on the show. What we do working with ancient folks. Bruno is a good example. We do field days and talk to producers and give that research to our end users. So each year, 20 field days to get the information to them. So that's probably the land model, right? So of course, we want to do global collaboration. And in this particular case, the example is advancing PLM precision level. So international conference. Well, it's called US people, but really we got 23 countries worldwide participate in this conference. So we're very much looking for facilitate the collaboration. Here's another example. Dr. Gill, myself, and colleagues from and African Rwanda, Kenya, and really foster that relationship. That's another reason that we want to grow a partnership with a country like Brazil. And then Tom can talk about more about this. I think that's pretty much it. So these are the departments. So we have faculty. We have departments, so 7 departments, so 1 school of natural resources. So I'm not going to go through that, but pretty much talking about the animal science aspect. And what program do we have in animal science? The 3 programs: reproductive physiology, nutritional physiology, and health and well-being. You can see that precision livestock and these kind of overarching themes we're talking. These just a sample snapshot of the faculty in the area. So, for example, precision livestock and genomics is 2 individuals. Those kind of the stellar, the rising stars, if you will. They're working on this. So again, I'm going to leave this slide with you. If you click on that website, you can see all the departmental faculty profile in these areas. If any of the graduate students interested in specific project. I know Bruno's already had students in talking with you and interested in some of the work. Feel free to do so. So again, it's just a snapshot of that. Not because of time, I'm not going to go through that reproductive physiology. So we have some work faculty, nutritional immunology, okay, ruminant nutrition. I think that's good features. Well-being, which is hired young lady from UC Davis. And another one that are coming on board is AI-driven so that's, I think that's my last slide. So welcome to Rocky Top. Once again, we're really looking forward to increasing, strengthening the partnerships. Yesterday, quite a good visit. So looking forward to it. Once again, that's 23 years ago, we kept on this campus, and we started doing some collaborative COVID and everything else. Delay that. So I'd like to pick it up, especially with this young man, this great ambassador. So I think it's going to flourish with our collaboration. That's my last slide. Gentlemen, you like to talk some more? Any questions you may have? I think that's my last slide. Yeah, okay, yeah, contact. So Dr. Keto and Dr. Dura and myself. So.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sheen.
I probably exceeded my time.
No, no worries.
Awesome.
Not at all.
Awesome souvenir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
So all the questions and discussion we leave to the end.
Great. Great.
Thank you.
Okay.
If you can please, please. Yours is. I don't remember.
A little fast.
Change up.
This one? Yeah, this
Yes.
one.
This is the first.
Yep.
Okay. You're free to go.
Come here. Thank you very much for the moment.
Thank you.
Don't make a second one to me at the University of Tennessee. Takes care of all the information. Thank you very much for the moment.
Bom dia. Nice to be here. Thank you for welcoming me. Unlike, obviously, these two, this is my first time in Brazil. I've had an opportunity in many different countries, but never Brazil, so very excited to be here. And thank you for the warm welcome that I've received.
Can you step just one step
Closer?
forward? Yeah, excellent. Sorry about that.
So my role at the University of Tennessee is lead in our history program. And so I have been in this role for 10 years now. And when I joined, we did not have any kind of central point of international collaboration, anything with administration for it. We had a lot of faculty who were doing things around the world, students who were doing global activities, but some kind of central office to help organize and arrange and make sure we all knew what the left hand and the right hand is doing together. So when I joined in 2015, building that, we launched our Smith International Center in 2017. The name Smith comes from an animal science alum. Johnny Smith was a graduate of the University of Tennessee Department of Animal Science in 1980. And he went to work for Tyson Foods. He worked all the way up for Tyson Foods and ended up being the CEO of that company for 7 years. But during that time, he needed to also then give back because he realized that his alma mater, his University of Tennessee, was not really organized in doing things globally to the extent that he was seeing other universities, the Texas A&M, the University of Florida, Cornell, Michigan State. How can we be also in that game and engaging globally strategically? So a lot of what I do then is how to wrap my arms around the institute and say, what do we do across our research, our extension programming, and then our two colleges, the College of Ag and our College of Veterinary Medicine, to get them all involved globally. So,
Not done.
So we had an initial strategic plan when we started the center in 2017, which was very much what we would call like, you get spaghetti, you throw it on the wall and see what sticks. So what can we get going? So then the latest strategic plan that we have, our 5-year one from 22 to 27, so about halfway through that, it's much more like how do we organize what we have got going? How do we be more strategic? How do we place ourselves as a leading institution in this? In particular, we're very excited about how do we do both the internal and external. So how do we build the capacity of the folks that we have, our faculty, staff, and students, to engage globally, but then how do we strategically think about who we partner with, how we work and collaborate around the world. So we base everything that we do around the SDGs, particularly around SDG 2 and 15, so zero hunger and lifelong learning, really explaining a lot of what we do across our agriculture institute. But of course, that relates then to many of the other sustainable development goals too. But we do not have any campus or any University of Tennessee employees outside of the state of Tennessee and outside of our country. So what we have to do if we want to work globally, we have to partner. So we have to come and work with UFLA and others. How do we work together with you? Because we're not suddenly going to say, well, we're going to have University of Tennessee in Brazil. No, we're going to partner with strategic partners, strategic collaborators to do global work together. So that's very important to us. But we partner with all kinds of institutions. So not just academic institutions, but we look for private sector, government, non-profit sector, all kinds of society organizations. So we do 3 things with our international center. We have very nice alliterative things where you could use in the English language. So cultivate, collaborate, and communicate, explain everything that we do. So the cultivate piece is much more that internal goal. How do we cultivate that culture of global engagement within our institute? Collaborate, how do we partner externally, and then communicate is all about how do we tell the stories of what we're doing, with the idea that we are doing a good job telling the stories of our global engagement that leads to more global engagement as well. So in terms, I'm just going to run down some really quick high-level stuff of what we do under those 3 goals. So in terms of the cultivate, we run some academic programs, some courses. The main one that we have is a minor that any student at the University of Tennessee can graduate with international agriculture and natural resources. So we have many students that take part in that, and a big part of the minor is for students to study abroad. Now, obviously, we had a big dip, like every institution did during COVID, but we are starting to see now that rebound. We have a goal of getting 50% of our students to have some kind of international experience before they graduate. And so right now we are at about 22, 23%. When I started, we were about 4%. So we're growing, but we've still got a long way to go to meet that 50%. So we're looking at ways in which we can do that. One way could be how we can collaborate with you. How can we bring students down here? How can we bring the students up to Tennessee as well? We also do faculty development program. So we have a lot of faculty who are very interested in getting more engaged locally. But many of them they will come to us and say, where do I start? How do I partner? How do I do an international agreement with an institution? How do I develop a study abroad or student exchange program? So we work with them on a faculty development program where we take 8 faculty each year and we put them through the program and do development sessions. And we also give them a small travel stipend where they can go somewhere to develop that partnership and also then bring a collaborator back to Tennessee. So Bruno is actually one of the ones in our program this year. Obviously, he's already well connected globally, but wants to do more with his appointment because his appointment doesn't always naturally land instead of doing a lot globally. So it gives a good reason for him to get even more engaged globally as well. But these 2 slides just highlight some of the different faculty that we have. We had one in animal science in the past cohort.